What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Cookie DAO today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 10th day of September, and here we are at about 13.6 cents, up 1.2% on this glorious day where Bitcoin and the rest of crypto is pumping up a little bit. We're not really getting too much love, though, honestly. You know, yesterday's pretty big wick. That looks like a bull trap set. Typically, whenever you get these solid body candles with a doji candle, you do get a solid body to the downside. 9 hours, 6 minutes left in the day. Definitely getting to crunch time if that's going to happen, but still a possibility. Don't be scared. Do not be shocked if we do see Cookie DAO come down by the end of today. It's very possible. That might coincide with a drop in Bitcoin or the rest of crypto as well. I know things look bullish right now, but we still have a lot of daylight left of the day. It's very possible. I do want to address too, and I've said this in a couple of videos today I've made. It's very possible that I could be wrong and that we have found support for Bitcoin at that 107.3K low. Maybe that's where it is, guys. Maybe that's the low and we're moving up. But I'm still hesitant to call that the low at the moment. I still believe that we have lower to go. If not at least from here, then lower than that low. But time will tell. We'll see. And if that happens, I would imagine Cookie DAO and the rest of the altcoin market probably gets hit a little bit. Does that mean that we go lower than this low? Not necessarily. It's very possible that that 11-cent area is the low. But I'm still maintaining the thought that we do go lower. Time will tell. I think if we are to go lower, we need to make that move happen, promptly before the 16th or the 17th. Maybe on one of those days, but before those days would be preferred, but it could go until that time as well. If we were to start moving down, if we were to get to that level, we'd probably have to start doing it today or tomorrow, certainly by the end of this week. And I don't even mean the end of this week. I mean like the end of this business week on Friday, which is the 12th. So it's the 10th now. It is crunch time. If we're not making any headway down that area, it's starting to look more and more like this is the low, okay? And that's okay. That's totally fine. If that is the low and you're expecting lower prices, we're still at relative low areas here at 13.6 cents. Remember, all the way back here, whenever we were at the highs and I was calling for us to go below 20 cents, people were saying Cookie's never going to give us that discount. It's not going to happen. We got really close here, and then inevitably we got there. We thought 20 cents was a blessing. Here we are, all the way down at 13.6 cents. So even if we are up a little bit from the low, it's still a blessing here to acquire some Cookie. Let's look at the short-term stuff. We'll zoom back out to the daily time frame. Okay, do some TA. Looking at the 1 hour time frame here, we are moving up, but with not a lot of volume, right? It's like you're getting volume. You should be breaking out, but you're not. You're finding turbulence. That's not a good look. 3 minutes, 4 minutes left in this 1 hour time frame. Kind of makes me think that we have lower to go. It's not completely incriminating, but it's not the best look, I will say. It does make me think that we have lower to go. Stochastics rejecting the overbought zone, but it's on the 1 hour, so it's not that big of a deal. MACD looks bearish, but it's on the 1 hour, so it's not that big of a deal. The RSI does look bearish at the moment, and I would lean on that a little bit more. So lower, probably, right? Everything's implying lower prices. 4 hour time frame here. Stochastics are neutral. They're kind of in a good posturing right now. I mean, overall bullish. MACD crossing red, bearish, but overall bullish. The RSI is overall bullish, but what you've done is it looks like you've broken out of your uptrend, haven't you? Let's see. Maybe, maybe not. Let's give it this like line of best fit. Yeah, you've broken out of it before though. It wasn't a big deal. I mean, you could come down to the 50. I would still think, even if you don't go dramatically lower, at least something lower from here, right? Time will tell. We got an hour and 2 minutes left in this 4 hour candle. Let's see how it goes. The 4 hour is a little bit more bullish than the 1 hour, I will admit. And the 4 hour is more significant than the 1 hour, so that might say something right there. But let's see how this next 1 hour time frame goes. Let's see. Looking at this relative low to relative high. I just think if this was a higher low, if you were finding support here and moving up from here, if you were to take out this 14.6 cent area, I would think that this 4 hour time frame closes above 13.7 cents. If you can't do that, if you're rejecting this 236 twice, the probability that you go back to 12.3 cents or lower increases dramatically. So depends on what we do in this next hour. Maybe even, even if we don't close above the 236 on this 4 hour candle, we could do it on the next one. So it's not completely screwed if we don't close above there now, but closing above 13.7 cents would be bullish. Closing below 13.15 cents would imply at least 12.3 cents, if not lower. Okay, at least there, if not lower. it does look like a relative high, but that pullback is good enough. So it really does depend on what we do here. Looking at the daily time frame here, can't help but think that that's a bull trap. It certainly is suggestive as far as candlesticks go. Daily RSI getting higher highs while providing lower highs in the price. Stochastics look like they're rejecting off the overbought zone. MACD's building bullish momentum, but overall is bearish. I'm sticking with the downside until proven otherwise. And again, what would it take to prove me otherwise? To prove me wrong otherwise? I would say a daily close above about 16.5 cents, 16.7 cents. Daily close above there. Maybe even a daily close above 15.3 cents would do it. I'd probably start to get bullish on that. But really taking out that high, I think, would be very incriminating that that's the low. And then beyond that, if you want to wait for, as far as like instead of a price thing goes, you want time. If we close here in the next 4 days and 10 hours, if we're still here in the next 4 days and 10 hours, again, the whole thought that we go lower kind of goes out the window, right? Maybe we go lower from the current price, but that we go lower than this low, it kind of goes out the window. If you're like me and assuming that the end of this month will be green, because at that point, another week goes by, we're in the midway point of the month. We're going to have to move up. So at that point, we'd start to wave the white flag of bearish surrender. We do not go below this low. Maybe we see lower prices than this, but 4 days, 10 hours from now, if we're closing here or higher, it's the low. It's no denying it. Even if we close, if we come back down below 13 cents by the end of this week, I think it's very plausible that we do go lower, but time will tell. I don't really have anything else I want to say, so I'll just end it there. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I very much expect that Cookie DAO will see prices well above $1, even above $2 within the next 6 to 8 weeks, but time will tell. We'll see how it goes. All right, take care. Bye-bye.